Myths. They're the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves. They're ancient, epic, and often involve gods behaving badly. Looking at you, Zeus. Myths are more than just entertaining yarns. They're cultural DNA, packed with wisdom and values. They're like cultural cheat sheets explaining everything from why the sky is blue to why we shouldn't steal fire from the gods. Myths aren't just ancient history. They're alive, influencing art, literature, and our daily lives. So, buckle up, mythology fans. We're about to embark on a hilarious journey through the world of myths. Ever heard the story of King Midas and his golden touch? Talk about a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed. Myths are full of moral lessons, often delivered with a side of divine intervention. They're like the ancient world's version of Aesop's fables, only with more gods, monsters, and epic battles. These stories teach us about right and wrong, the consequences of our actions, and the importance of things like courage, wisdom, and hospitality. Looking at you, Odysseus. They're like moral compasses, guiding us through life's choppy waters. But here's the funny part. Even though these myths were created centuries ago, the lessons they teach are still relevant today. We all struggle with greed, jealousy, and the temptation to take shortcuts. Myths remind us that these shortcuts often lead to sticky situations involving angry gods, monstrous creatures, or at the very least, a serious case of bad karma. So the next time you're faced with a moral dilemma, channel your inner mythical hero. Ask yourself, what would Hercules do? Just maybe skip the whole rage-fueled rampage part. Myths are more than just stories. They're cultural cornerstones, shaping our understanding of the world and our place in it. They explain the origins of our cultures, our beliefs, and even our favorite foods. Looking at you, Japan, and your delicious mochi, a gift from the gods, or so the myth goes. These stories connect us to our ancestors, our heritage, and our shared human experience. They're like cultural glue, binding us together through shared stories, values, and traditions. Think of them as the original family photo albums, only with more dragons and fewer awkward family reunions. Understanding a culture's myths is like getting a backstage pass to their collective psyche. It's a chance to see the world through their eyes, appreciate their values, and gain a deeper understanding of what makes them tick. Plus, you'll have some awesome stories to tell at parties. Section 4. Myths, the ultimate conversation starters. Forget small talk about the weather. Myths are the ultimate conversation starters, guaranteed to liven up any social gathering. Who needs pickup lines when you can impress potential friends or dates with your knowledge of Norse mythology or your uncanny ability to recite Greek genealogies? Talking about myths is a fun and engaging way to connect with people from all walks of life. You'd be surprised how many people are secretly fascinated by these ancient tales. Plus, it's a great way to learn about different cultures, perspectives, and interpretations of these timeless stories. Just imagine. So, what's your take on the whole Pandora's box situation? Asking for a friend. Instant conversation starter. Section 5. Myth-busting stereotypes. One story at a time. Myths can perpetuate stereotypes, but they can also help us challenge them. By exploring myths from different cultures, we can gain a more nuanced and empathetic understanding of the world. We learn to see beyond simplistic labels and appreciate the richness and diversity of human experience. Take, for example, the myth of the trickster god. In many cultures, these gods are often portrayed as mischievous and unpredictable. But they also represent creativity, adaptability, and the ability to challenge the status quo. By understanding the complexities of these characters, we can start to see beyond our own cultural biases and appreciate the value of different perspectives. Myths remind us that we have more in common than we often realize. We all share the same basic human needs, desires, and fears. By exploring these universal themes through the lens of different cultures, we can build bridges of understanding and break down walls of prejudice. Unleash your inner mythologist. Ready to dive into mythology? Great! Read myths from different cultures. Don't just stick to Greek myths. Explore myths from around the world. Be amazed by the diversity and richness. Find the humor in myths. Myths can be serious but also funny. Laugh at the absurdity. Connect myths to your life. What do these stories teach us? Share your love of myths. Start a mythology club or host a myth-themed party. Myths reflect who we are and what we believe. Go forth, intrepid myth explorers, discover the magic, wisdom, and humor of these tales. You might learn about yourself along the way.